Right, is TFT coming back? Now, this is a video that I have been very frustrated for myself. Was I gonna make or was I not gonna make? Because on one hand, I don't want to give them the exposure, you know, on my YouTube channel, the fact that I'm making a video about TFT. Also, on the other hand as well, and I just don't want to be associated with them for the things that they've done. But on the flip side, I feel like I'm a very neutral and an honest person, so it's important to make these types of videos. And for you dumb motherfuckers as well that say, oh, he's paid by TFT and everything like that. Listen, I've shown like I am owed over 15 grand by TFT. I'm owed over 15k by SFT as well, which is under the same company. So I'm owed over 30k. So where am I getting paid to make these videos? I make these videos because I would want to watch this. I would want to know what's going on, and I'd like to stay up to date with the prop firm market, especially because like I feel like, especially Twitter, it's just blown up with like these prop firm polices, and it's just been like incredibly negative. So be the change that you want to see, and I want to be the positive spin. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about, is TFT coming back? What's the pros? What's the con? What do I like? What I don't like? And what can we expect from the whole prop firm market? So let's get to it. Well, what's happening, guys? My name's Dan Chung, aka Champ, a 2.5 million verified trader on the funded side of things, but not just that as well. I do have private equity. I've got my own track record, and not only that, I did a whole FTMO series recently from zero to hero, buying the challenge, transparently showing you phase one, the dashboard. Just tell me someone else who would do that as well. Passed it, got the payout. And I'm only funded with one firm because I just don't trust myself trading with any other firms at the moment other than CK Capital, but I can't trade there. So as you guys know, in this video, we're going to be talking about TFT. And if you didn't know, to kind of give you a little bit of a catch up, is the funded trader, aka TFT, was probably the biggest firm after my Forex funds and FTMO. So they were the top three firms in the past like 4 or 5 years. So we had FTMO as number one, my Forex funds, because they had 8%, they had one of the best conditions at 8% profit target and 12% drawdown. And then TFT came along and did that and made it very gamified, this night theme and whatever. Now my first impression was horrendous. I absolutely hated TFT, and why I hated them is because the spreads were ridiculous. If you didn't see, I actually got slipped, I think over $1,000, which was insane. And then they gave me the funded account and gave me everything else. But in the email in and in itself, they explained the spread and explained the market execution. And I said, and I just resent the email back to them. I said, read it and you tell me, does that even make sense to you? And then long and behold, it didn't make any sense. They gave me the funded account, but at least they rectified everything. Now, some people may say, oh, they rectified it because you're an influencer, they rectified, but that wasn't the case. They didn't know who I was. It wasn't anything. It was just an email back and forth, and that's what it is. What it is. They may have known, I don't know, but as far as I'm concerned, I didn't say, hey, I'm an influencer, you don't give me an account. Like, to be honest, I don't care, because even if I do get the account, that just means it's also negative, and it's not even going to work for like the people I refer it to. Do you know what I mean? So from the first-hand experience, I didn't really have the great experience with TFT. Why did I even decide to get funded with them, and why I traded with them, and why are we in this situation as well to kind of fast track, is I wanted to get more allocation. Now, scalability is one of the best parts of trading. Now, if you haven't seen, I made a video about the 10-year cycle of your trading, and I talk about different levels of it, you know, the learning phase, the struggling, and I was in the current phase of scalability. I still am to some degree. And what that means is you're trying to get more capital because you are consistently able to make 2%, 5%, 10%, or whatever it is your return of investment is over a quarter or a yearly period. And I wanted to get more funding. You know, I had 2.5 million, and 600k of that was with TFT. Now, unfortunately, as soon as I got funded, and then I did maybe 1 or 2 payouts, the third payout or the fourth payout was due. We had a 5k and then a 7k, I believe, and then maybe like I had the 3k that was already pending from before, which was backlog. So it was that plus all of those, and then the company went into administration. Now, unfortunately, this administration stemmed from many things. So my Forex funds ended up getting their lawsuit last year, which is basically operating under different, like basically slipping people unregulated and offering like products, and they were under the CFTC. That's a whole nother case. Then MT5 basically started shutting down every company and their services towards all of them, which basically caused a massive backlog in terms of migration, the cost. And then obviously FPFX was another company who was providing a lot of white labeling and MT5 solutions. So with all of this being said, when all of these things happened all in one turn, it started damaging the company and they just couldn't recover. Now, the fact that they couldn't recover could be down to many things that we don't know. The margins, the companies, legals, maybe things behind the scenes. I really don't know and I really can't comment. But what I can say is that at the end of the day, I chose to get funded with them. I chose to take on that risk, and I chose to understand that, listen, even though it was 15K that I was due in payouts, the investment was maybe $2,000 for the, you know, for the accounts or so. That's all I have initially lost, which is the best thing about prop firms. The only thing is the sign-up fee. Now, with that all being said, now TFT have gone under. They've decided to come all the way back, which is, you know, they announced filed of insolvency, then they were bought by another company, and then now they are back trading, which is insane. I think they're doing like 3 million or 4 million a month, maybe with like a 50 or 60% margin. I don't know. I really don't know. I'll just pull in these numbers and just assuming. But the one thing I am really impressed by, and like I say, I'm a businessman, but I'm also very fair. Like, if you're a prick, you're a prick. If you're good, you're good. I'm very, very front. You can't hate a company that's trying to right its wrong. Because if you hate a company that's trying to right its wrong, then you are no better than that company being wrong. Does that make sense? Like True Forex funds, they just decided to dip. They owed me another 15K as well, that was annoying because I actually really I really wanted that payout because it actually took me 3 tries to get it. And I was due, and then they just went under, and he just went under. He had all of this balls to say, you know, I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to bring the True Forex funds back. And yes, they tried, but I think he could have tried harder, but instead he decided to cash out and just run away, which is what it is. That's a choice that they decided to make. But at least TFT have decided to come back. We may not be a fan of them, we may not like them, but they are trading, they are trying to pay people back, they are giving accounts back, and they're operating under the same company. They could have closed shop and then opened another company and been incognito. I know some companies and some firms, which I won't say on, have actually just done that. But that's the craziest thing. They are trying to right their wrongs, which is something that I kind of took on at CK as well, is that even though, like, for example, payouts, everyone's like so used to these 24 hours and 48 payouts, and also so many people are so used to these, you know, 8% or like a 50% drawdown or something, like these crazy rules. But it goes to the fundamentals. If it's too much in favor of the trader, the prop firm suffers. If it's too much in the favor of the prop firm, the trader suffers. It has to be a win-win, and that's life, you know, customer and the provider. It has to be a win-win. Otherwise, no one's going to make money and no one's going to get this opportunity. It's the same thing with brokering. Like, it's a zero-sum game. When you win a trade, where do you think your money comes from? When you make money and hit a payout, where do you think your money comes from? It's just the cycle, and it's the business cycle. And in order to be paid, in order to live in that cycle, you must be willing to play the game. So with that all being said and that information being said, I'd like to summarize on a few key points. Now, I may not be a fan of TFT, but I am a fan of people righting their wrongs. I may not be a fan of their spreads, but I am a fan of them trying to sort out and fix all the payouts. Now, if I do get my payout, I would be ecstatic. I probably won't trade with them again, I'll be honest, but that may change, because then, you know, for example, say they went under, they right their wrongs, and they're operating, and they're leaner, and they've got all the platforms and all the things in place, and they've got the experiences. They have been around pretty much one of the longest as well. So it'd be very, very interesting to see if people are going to get their payouts. And drop a comments below. Do you think you're going to get your payout? Do you think TFT are going to last? And do you think this video was a mistake? Because if I'm honest, it's been about 4 months of me considering, should I even make this video? But I decided to, because the number one thing I want to focus on is a company is trying to right their wrong. Not only are they trying to right their wrong, I'm having hope, because it's better to hope for the best and then to think about the worst. It would be nice if I can get my 15K payout, but who knows? So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. It's been a while since I've done these kind of prop firm or sit downs video, and also filmed at home. I've had an incredibly rough life recently, and also my health has been pretty crazy, but we are back with the YouTube videos back to back. I want to hit 100k on YouTube. Not just that as well, if you haven't already seen, I did the whole FTMO series completely transparency. I'm about to do a futures one, so if you do want to join me, there's 2 ways. The free way is the Telegram, so you can see all the weekly outlooks and the analysis and updates, and of course on YouTube. And then the second way is you can go and buy the course down below, which is $299, learning my strategy, indicators, Discord community. You get everything. It's crazy. For $2.99, the reason I plopped it at $2.99 is because I want to get 1,000 people or more, and you get to basically join the free webinars, and it's lifetime as well, of me doing these futures, and we'll do some live trading as well. So if you want to do that, link in the description below. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching the video, and I appreciate every single one of you who have kind of still been on this channel, still pushing and supporting me this whole way. And yeah, 2025 is going to be a very big year for the Dan Chung YouTube channel. All right, peace.